Hey guys, Oscar here for Not a Grouch, and I have a quick tip for you, especially if you're a blogger or a publisher of some sort. This is a question that I've been asked a lot in the past 3 days. I think people are getting into their blogs now, so the question is, how do I find pictures or images that I can use for my blog with permission? In other words, there's a lot of images you can find on Google, but most of them you cannot use legally. And while you may be able to get away with it for some time, sometimes the images are very, very protected, and you will get a cease and desist letter from the owner. Sometimes you will even get a fine. There's been instances of certain companies charging you a lot of money or taking you to court or threatening you to take you to court, and you don't really want to go down that path. Although my advice is, if you get that request already, if you get a cease and desist letter or something about taking you to court or settling out of court, remove the image and ignore the emails first until they send you a certified letter by an attorney, okay? In any case, if you want to avoid all that hassle, there's a couple ways that you can find images that are free to use or licensed to use on your blog post. The easiest way is to go and buy the image. So go to somewhere like Pixabay, iStockPhoto, Shutterstock, or a number of other websites that sell you images, and they cost between a few bucks to a few $100s depending on how you're going to use it. If you go that route, no problem. You have the license to use the images, you have permission, whatever, keep your receipt and all that. Now, most bloggers don't have several $100s to pay for licensing of images or a membership to Shutterstock that allows you to get unlimited images for I think $250 a month. If you don't have that, the next best thing is to, of course, take your own images. So if you're going to be talking about bicycles, take your own photos of bicycles. But if you're not good at taking photos, that may not be the best option, or you may need to publish something faster than you can get a photo taken. So the other option is to use Google Image Search. Google Image Search has a little known feature, and I'll show you a screenshot here somewhere. When you click on search for images and type in your search, go to the images section, and under more you'll have a license or permission to use that. So check the option that says label for reuse and transform, or whatever that may be. That may say. I'll have the screenshot here to show you exactly what I mean. Those images that show up are most likely licensed with a permit called Creative Commons that allows you to use the image provided you give credit back to the source. And if you're not sure, it's safer to give credit to the source. So do that. Use the image, make sure that you put the link to the person that provided the image, and you should be safe. I'm not giving you legal advice, I'm just trying to help you out with some time-saving tip about how to find your images for your blog post. So the very, very last option, or somewhere in between, a little bit of a different path. If you are using WordPress for your blog, there's a plugin I talked about called Image Inject, or WP Inject, that allows you to search within your blog post for an image that is licensed from, I believe it's Flickr or Pixabay or any other source that has those Creative Commons license. You click on the image, you pick the size that you want, and then it will automatically insert it into your post. And depending on the license that is set for that image, the plugin will actually add all the captions and information you need for the image to give credit and attribution to whoever owns the image. This may seem like a lot of work or like a big deal for you to go through this when you just need to find an image that makes your post look better. But believe me, it is worth the few minutes that you're going to be doing this, because you don't want to have some big magazine or big media company coming after you for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 just because you used an image that you didn't have permission for. And as a rule of thumb, don't use people's images without permission. Nobody likes that. I don't like it when people use my images. You wouldn't like it if I use your image and don't give you credit. And one more side note before I let you go. Just because you gave credit doesn't mean that you are allowed to use it. So two things have to be true. The photo or image has to have the license for you to use it, whether it's free for all or some sort of Creative Commons or open source license, and you have to give attribution if that license requires it. Just because you find an image and you say, oh, I got this image from here, doesn't mean that you're actually allowed to use it. A lot of people think that, oh, because I gave credit, I get to use it, and that's not the case. That only falls, that's only true when the image used falls under fair use. And I'm not going to get into the details for that because it's very complicated. But to be on the safe side, make sure your images are licensed with Creative Commons, free for all, or take your own. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.